Twitter has reinstated Kanye West's Twitter account after he was suspended for his anti-Semitic tweets. Of course, Kanye was initially suspended on Twitter after he had posted about going, quote, DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. He appeared on Tucker Carlson's show after that, among other programs, to spew more anti-Semitism. And despite all of this, Ye is back on Twitter, but Elon Musk says he has nothing to do with it. Now, before we get to Elon Musk, let's take a look at what Kanye has posted. First, he wanted to test the platform to make sure that he was unblocked. Testing, see if my Twitter is unblocked. And then Elon Musk responded to that by saying, don't kill what ye hate, save what ye love. In typical Kanye fashion, he then followed it up with Shalom. He's just, I mean.
So funny, haha.
Yeah, he's so thirsty. Thirstiest man on the internet. Which, by the way, is some feat. Lots of thirsty people online.
No, but Kanye's always been the thirstiest man in America. Every single thing he's done has been to attract outrageous attention. Same thing Marilyn Manson did. Honestly, the same thing Lady Gaga did for a while, except Lady Gaga's talented, unlike Marilyn Manson. Kanye might be talented music-wise, he's an absolute blithering moron in every other way. So here's a guy who not only we saw say both on Twitter in written language, but also in interviews that Jews control the media, there's a Jewish mafia that controls everything, and he needs to go to DEFCON 3 with Jewish people, all Jewish people, etc. And not only that, we found out recently that he's been saying how much he likes Hitler, and like about half a dozen times people that are close to him came out and said, oh yeah, he's a huge fan of Hitler. So he thinks it's cute to come back on Twitter and say Shalom. I don't think it's cute at all. So congratulations, Elon Musk. You're turning Twitter into the cesspool that you always wanted it to be. So now you must be so proud.
He claims that Twitter reinstated Kanye before he took over.
Sure. And what's your excuse for Trump?
I just want to say thank you to all the journalists out there who didn't even bother to fact check that claim. They just, as good little stenographers, regurgitated his line about it wasn't me, he was reinstated before. Did you guys look into it at all? I've been trying to figure it out. Not a single report looked into that to see whether or not Elon Musk is telling the truth.
Okay.
Anyway.
No, not anyway. I want to say one thing about that.
So frustrating. Like, honestly, I'm so tired of the dog crap reporting on every issue. It's like, I don't know, the powerful billionaire said it, so I'm just gonna repeat it in the report and not fact check it at all. Okay, congratulations, great journalism you got there.
See, look, I look for how they frame a story every time in mainstream media, but I missed that one. So you're right, Anna. This guy's a serial pathological liar. I'm talking about Elon Musk. Okay, so for example, he said that he was going to do a content moderation council, and they were going to decide about Kanye and Trump, etc. And did he do it? No, he just put Trump back on with a fake poll. So if he's lying about that, why would we take his word for it that the people he fired had somehow magically reinstated Kanye right before they left, and that he's just following the orders of the people who he fired? Really? I mean, I don't know, but the guy's like I said, he's a pathological liar. Yeah. So it's very likely that that's not true at all. He just wanted to put the anti-Semite, Hitler-loving Kanye back on Twitter.
So Kanye is back on Twitter, Trump's back on Twitter, Marjorie Taylor Greene back on Twitter, all of these unsavory characters back on Twitter. But apparently there is a line for Elon Musk, and that line is a big one. That's Alex Jones. And he says that he will not be reinstating Alex Jones. So let's go to graphic 5 here, where Sam Harris asks, it's a curious question by Sam Harris. I wonder where he stands on this issue himself. He says, is it time to let Alex Jones back on Twitter, Elon Musk? If not, why not? And Elon Musk, of course, makes reference to the fact that Alex Jones spread vicious lies and defamatory statements about the parents whose children were slaughtered in the Sandy Hook shooting. Suffer little children and forbid them not to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven. Dude needs to go take a walk, man. Like, I agree with him on the Alex Jones take. Stop talking like that, go take a walk, please.
No, but it's, you said a bunch of things there as to why Alex Jones should be banned from Twitter. But Elon didn't actually say any of those things. He just made a vague reference to children. So we know that he's referring to Sandy Hook. And I agree with him on that particular decision. But was there any policy that was actually elucidated? Is it clear why the Hitler lover is allowed on, but Alex Jones is not allowed on? And they both believe in insane conspiracy theories, and so does Donald Trump. They both promote insane conspiracy theories. And so, is there a clear standard? No, the standard going forward is very obvious. And the media hasn't told you what it is, but here it is. Whatever the hell Elon Musk wants.
That's exactly right, yeah. So, I mean, one of the biggest criticisms, and I actually agreed with this criticism, that the right wing had toward platforms like Twitter was that while they might have a clearly stated terms of service, the terms of service are not applied equally, right? And that was true. In this case, I don't even know what the terms of service are.
Terms of service are you now are at the whim of Elon Musk.
No, but that's exactly right. So I guess every conservative media person who looked at Elon Musk as their daddy who's gonna save free speech are currently looking at this situation as, yeah, a billionaire making decisions and we have to deal with the whims of this billionaire's decisions. That's what the free speech is. That's what the protection is. That's how he made it better.
But by the way,
he made it better for them, right? Because they love right wingers who spew the anti-Semitism and the anti-transgender stuff and all of that. Tim Pool hilariously said, I was really thinking about paying the $8 a month for the, for the extra features that Elon Musk's version of Twitter is gonna offer. But now that Alex Jones isn't gonna be reinstated, I'm rethinking it. First of all, even if he didn't say the Alex Jones part, what a dweeb. Like the idea that people are gonna pay $8 a month for this garbage, like it blows my mind, okay? Putting that aside though, the Alex Jones part. What do you get out of Alex Jones being on Twitter? Like, does it excite you when he shares defamatory statements about parents whose children were slaughtered in a mass shooting? Is that the kind of free speech that excites you, Tim? I mean, these people are so pathetic. I don't know.
But look, this gets to the larger issue, which I think we're the only ones talking about, which is that these guys have said, and that's why I interviewed Curtis Yarwood, you can check that out on the Conversations podcast, that they like his idea of a CEO king. And Elon Musk likes it, Peter Thiel likes it. And so what is Elon Musk doing at Twitter? He's become CEO king. So there are no terms of service. The only term of service is whatever the king happens to think that day, right? Now, for most people, they go, well, that seems unstable. But then like I challenged Yarwin, I said, well, how do you know the dictator is gonna rule in your favor? You don't know, right? That's the problem with the dictator. So in this case, he rules against Alex Jones. And all of a sudden the right wing is like, what the hell? It looks like he's just has arbitrary rules and then we just have to follow his whims. Yeah, that's what you signed up for. That's what you were super excited about. A guy who's totally unaccountable and could do whatever the hell he wants to you. So Tim, maybe he'll ban you next. And you loved it, you were here for it, so enjoy. And by the way, you don't even know for what. Apparently loving Hitler's okay, but doing terrible things that involve kids is not okay, right?
According to Elon Musk.
Maybe, but it's not okay.
But for Tim, it's all okay.
But yeah, for Tim, he loves all of it, right?
Like a good little boy serving as a mouthpiece for the worst people in this country. Good job, Tim.
And we're fair. Look, I'm not saying that Tim Pool likes that Kanye West loves Hitler. I'm saying he loves the fact that Kanye West can say that, right? And he's like, all right, way to go, Kanye. Just tell him how much you love Hitler. That's great. And Alex Jones, tell him how much to lie to them about how the kids aren't really dead and the parents are actors that are trying to take your guns away and get people really angry and have them attack the parents who just lost their kids. Yay, free speech. And then yell fire in a crowded theater and then take billions of dollars and hand it to politicians. It's all speech, okay? So that's their stupid idea that you should be allowed to say anything. And by the way, Tim Pool's the same moron who, when I challenged him about the Second Amendment, I said, what, is that absolute too? Can everybody carry around nukes? He said, yes.
Oh my God.
Because they're morons who just cannot, they don't have any comprehension at all, right? But when his neighbor launches the nuke on his house, he goes, wait a minute, I didn't know they were gonna nuke me. I didn't know he was gonna ban my beloved Alex Jones. Okay, so Tim, what's he gonna ban you for tomorrow? Who knows? He's the king, he's the dictator. I didn't want it, you did. So good luck guessing.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.